Get ready for these blasts from the past and to realize how old you are. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be opening up our time capsule to tell you what happened this week in history, October 21st through the 27th.
When are we?
We're descending toward Hill Valley, California at 4:29 p.m. on Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
2015?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're scouring our memory banks and the history books to find 10 interesting stories that'll make you say, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
This is like something for the history books.
Be sure to keep an eye on our community tab to vote for your favorite memories on upcoming episodes. For this episode, about 200,000 of you guys voted, so thanks. Keep them coming. 17 years ago, gamers revved their engines for GTA 3, October 22nd, 2001.
I want him sleeping with the fishes, not eating them.
With an overwhelming majority of votes from you guys on our community tab poll, is this giant leap into a brave new world of gaming. First released on October 22nd, 2001 for PlayStation 2, Rockstar's action-adventure title Grand Theft Auto 3 made video game history with its detailed open-world environment, diverse hybrid gameplay, and controversial depictions of sex and violence, crime, humor, murder, car chases, and a compelling story. GTA 3 had it all. For better or worse, its mature content became pivotal in the violence and sex in video games debate.
The game has been outlawed in Australia, and several other countries are also considering bans.
It also laid the groundwork for numerous sequels.
Good Lord, what are you doing? Nothing.
And is recognized by many as one of the greatest and most influential video games of all time. 13 years ago, Kanye's Gold Digger is the song, September 17th through November 25th, 2005. Before he was MAGA yay or a giant Perrier bottle, he was the talent behind the #1 single, Gold Digger. Kanye West had already hit it big with his first album, The College Dropout, in 2004. His 2005 follow-up, Late Registration, received widespread acclaim and used Gold Digger as its second single. The track soon reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained there for an impressive 10 weeks, including this week 13 years ago. It's Kanye at his best, with Jamie Foxx briefly featured in the intro and samples from Ray Charles' song I Got a Woman in the background. Ah, those were the days.
Oh, yeah.
Ray,
She give me money.
Ray, that's sacrilegious.
What?
17 years ago, Apple's iPod takes a bite out of the tech world, October 23rd, 2001. It's getting difficult to remember a time when we didn't live inside an electronic bubble.
Technology. What is that all about?
But before October 23rd, 2001, people actually had to pay attention to the world around them. Shocking, we know. Steve Jobs' brainchild, the iPod, was a forerunner of so much more. The iPhone, the iPod Touch, the iPad, and of course, crowds of copycats. Innovative and unique, with a sleek, practical design that got tinier and tinier over time, the iPod was a seminal music and storage device that forever changed how we use technology. But can you believe the classic iPod could only hold 1,000 songs? Talk about prehistoric. 24 years ago, Gargoyles rocks the airwaves, October 24th, 1994.
We are defenders of the night. We are gargoyles.
Ah, the 90s. It was the age of gargoyles. On October 24th, 1994, these mysterious winged creatures sloughed off their stone skins and took flight on TV screens for the first time. Disney's animated series stood out thanks to epic narrative arcs, a surprisingly mature tone, and frequent references to Shakespeare.
I must confess, that's one complication I didn't anticipate.
Although ending its run in 1997, it consisted of a whopping 78 episodes thanks to a hearty second season, and achieved a cult following of loyal viewers who still remember, even today, when gargoyles were defenders of the night.
Show me just what you feel about gargoyles. Here's your big chance. Show me!
38 years ago, eating ghosts, a new national pastime, October 26, 1980. How did a little yellow circle become the most iconic character in video games? Even today, in an era of incredibly realistic digital characters and environments, Pac-Man is an easily recognizable figure. Or shape, or whatever. First released in Japan, Namco's Pac-Man had its title changed from Puck-Man for American audiences, to avoid kids replacing a particular letter there with a big fat F. What, like Puck-Fan? Anyway, the game's US debut on October 26, 1980 marked the arrival for Western audiences of a completely new gaming genre, and would eventually turn Pac-Man into a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Let's all head to the arcade in its honor. 77 years ago, an elephant learns to fly. October 23, 1941.
Hot diggity! You're flying! You're flying!
In 1941, the world was at war. But in the midst of global turmoil, a simple tale about a down-on-his-luck, floppy-eared elephant won the hearts and minds of captivated audiences. Released on October 23rd that year, Dumbo was Disney's fourth animated feature, and due to financial constraints, it was made on a limited budget, which is evident in the stripped-down nature of the animation. Yet it's one of Disney's finest, most heartwarming films, focusing on an unlikely friendship and triumph in the face of adversity. In fact, it's so beloved, we can expect a live-action remake in 2019. Who knows, maybe 77 years from then, people will be looking back fondly at the new Dumbo movie. 10 years ago, the stock market draws blood. October 24, 2008.
Over the past few weeks, many Americans have felt anxiety about their finances and their future.
October 24th is not a lucky day for investors. In 2008, stock markets around the world suffered massive declines in the wake of the U.S. subprime mortgage crisis. Named Bloody Friday for the way investments, including some people's retirement accounts, hemorrhaged value, it launched us into the Great Recession. It recalled another October 24th, 89 years ago, when the stock market crash of Black Thursday signaled the start of the Great Depression. So if you remember your parents tearing their hair out about 10 years ago, now you know why. 37 years ago, the most ambitious rock crossover event in history. October 26, 1981. It was a match made in music heaven. Legendary glam rock pioneer David Bowie and incomparable rock band Queen. Released on October 26, 1981, the single Under Pressure quickly became a hit, topping UK charts. The collaboration is unique for its distinctive bass line, later purloined by Vanilla Ice for Ice Ice Baby, its powerful climactic musical arrangement, and its unique mix of vocal styles, featuring Bowie-written lyrics and Freddie Mercury scatting between lines. A rousing call to compassion in tough times, it captured the hardships of the Thatcher years, and remains a favorite song for fans of both Bowie and Queen. 61 years ago, Elvis the Pelvis tops the charts. October 26, 1957.
And, well, we always had a lot of fun with this one. The Jailhouse Rock.
His pelvic gyrations were too much for some, but a hit with the kids. In October 1957, the premiere of the musical drama Jailhouse Rock polarized critics. Some were scandalized that the movie featured a convicted criminal as its protagonist.
Custom to tip a man, he brings you to your room.
Well, I'm starting a new custom. No tip.
Others by Presley's performance in the film's iconic dance sequence, using movements that further cemented his reputation as Elvis the Pelvis. Nonetheless, on October 26, the title song reached #1 in Billboard magazine, released with the B-side, Treat Me Nice. Looking back now, it's hard to believe his dancing was ever considered shockingly explicit. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.